appreciate y'all coming through. Hey,
Mhm.
we're a little late tonight, but hey, we here. We about to get after it. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Dolphins Night Cap, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen. Dolphins Night Cap. We appreciate everybody stopping through to just vibe with us on a Wednesday night, and as we talk Miami Dolphins and talk, whatever's going on around the NFL right now. So, man, we got some topics tonight, DG. We got a final 53-man roster. How are you feeling right now, man? How are you feeling, man?
I mean, I feel like we picking up pieces and scraps to make our team good enough to play this season against, the Bills, the Jets, the Patriots. I don't think we're finishing fourth in this division. No way. If we do, everybody getting fired. I don't care what you say. Everybody getting fired.
Dang. So my man said we in the trash heap. We like Sanford and Son. We in the junkyard picking up scraps, trying to figure it out, man. But hey, I mean, I don't think a lot of people have faith in the Dolphins this year, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's gonna be an interesting year. To say the least. I
Mhm.
think it's either going to be like a huge success this year or it's going to be like a huge failure. But I'm looking forward to it because I mean, I got hope and trying to see what we're going to do this season. So let's do it. So roster cuts is done. The 53-man roster is locked in. What are your thoughts? Fins up, favorite picks, favorite pickups, and then I'll also wave players. So let's talk a little bit about it. DG, what are some of your thoughts on the on this 53-man roster that we have now as the Miami Dolphins?
Man, I got a few things to say. Few things to say.
Get it off your chest, bro. Get it off your chest, man.
I'm gonna start off with the offense. Start off with the offense. So we finally let go of Eric Izukama. He
We
got picked up by the
did.
Jaguars.
We
Actually,
did. Easy E is finally a done deal. No project Easy E no more. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
thought the same thing would happen with Tanner Connor, but he made the team
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I was really looking into the old line. Brunskill, a good backup piece. We brought back Kendall Lamb.
Kendall Lamb back in the building. I
Yes,
like
Kendall
that.
Lamb.
I like the Kendall Lamb pickup. We'll talk
You
about
do?
that. I do, and I think um, just kind of getting into my feelings on the 53-man roster. I mean, I think the roster is solid. I like the Kendall Lamb pickup because I feel like he's a familiar face and he's played solid football for us at the
Mhm.
tackle position. We're going into the season with Austin Jackson kind of being, 50-50, really not knowing how healthy he is, right? So I
Yeah.
feel like a guy like Kendall Lamb can step in for a guy like Austin Jackson and fill the void without looking absolutely terrible. And I think that's why I do like the Lamb pickup, just because he's a good alternative to a starting tackle, and he's probably the closest we'll get to being a starting tackle to me, in my opinion.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you were Larry Borom, wouldn't you feel some type of way? We signed Larry Borom thinking that Kendall Lamb is gonna be a 53-man guy for the Eagles, but they ended up cutting him before he even played a single game with them.
Hmm.
Now he's back with Miami to play that same spot that we brought in Larry Bourne for. So, how would you feel being a swing tackle and we bring another one in to do the same
Yo,
job?
well, see, that's the thing about the NFL, bro. Business is business, and we don't have time for feelings, right? You asked me how he would feel, right?
Mhm.
We don't have time for feelings. It's about guys who can get the job done, right? Don't tell me about the labor pains. Just show me the baby. That's all it comes down to at this point. And it's not about feelings at this point. We need guys who can produce, right? And if you aren't going to be able to get in the game and produce and protect the quarterback and be able to
Mhm.
run this offense, then we got to find ways to figure it out. So that's my thoughts on it. And I'm sure Larry Bourne may have felt some type of way, bro. But I mean, we got to get guys in the building who can get it done. So, I mean, feel however you want to feel. If you really was feeling some type of way, then you would have stepped up and you played with him better. I think that's really
But
what
CB, hear me on this. I feel bad for these guys.
I don't feel bad for nobody.
I
We are
I
trying to
kind
put
of
a
I kind of
roster
have a heart.
together.
I have a
We
heart, unlike you.
hey, yeah, you got a heart. I'm not the heart type when it comes to NFL football. It's like, bro, we got to get a job done. And I think, but see, and that's where I think Mike McDaniel is. Mike McDaniel has a heart too. So DG and Mike McDaniel are a lot alike. Mike
What?
McDaniel has a Mike
No,
McDaniel.
don't put me in that category. I
Yeah,
don't want to be in that.
nah,
No.
Mike McDaniel has a heart too. And what sucks about it is he lets his heart get in the way of like what he should be doing, bro. I understand you have relationships. I understand you build relationships, but it's about winning football games when it comes down to it. Like it's not about the relationships because you really just want to. It's about the success of the team, right? And if you're really putting a team in a position to be successful, you should be putting the best guys you can put in that room, whether it be guys that have played, haven't played, gotten reps, haven't gotten reps. If Larry Borum wanted to be the dude, bro, you had plenty of opportunity. Step up, be the dude. So we'll see, bro. I just feel like in this game in the NFL, it's just not it's a business, man. It's not for the feelings. It's like, bro, we got a job to do. I understand there's relationships, but we also got to stack the room and we got to have good players in there too. So that's my thoughts on it, bro.
See, but I think with me, it's because I went to these practices and I seen what these players were doing in regards to extra work they was putting outside of practice. I seen Eric Izukama catching balls after practice. He got cut. Like, damn, he did all that for nothing.
Yeah, you fell in love. You fell in love with them players because you saw them doing that little bit of work. Hey, they should have been doing that in the off season. If y'all was doing that in the off season, you would have to do it at the practice. But you want to do it now because now you see the coaches watching and bro, we got to get it done, bro. I don't feel sorry for nobody. Let's go get it.
It kind of forces when like you're on a roster bubble. It forces you to work harder, just so you can show the coaches.
Definitely, no doubt. And I think that's a big part of it. And I think the Miami Dolphins, I feel like they got a solid roster. I feel like when it comes down to it, the last 10 to 15 guys on the roster are like special team guys who probably won't see the field much. They might, get a couple plays on defense or offense here and there. But we'll see. I mean, I'm so honestly, I'm so focused on people staying healthy and our starters being available that I'm really not focused on these guys that are on the back end of the roster. If we get to these guys, just know that we are in trouble. If we get there, we in trouble, bro. If we get to Larry Borum, bro, we in trouble, dog. So that's my thoughts on it.
I mean, I guess we're signing him hoping that just in case if that does happen, we have guys who could come in and we're not going to miss a step. We don't know if they're going to fit in the locker room yet. Now we're going to come into the season with those two guys not knowing what they're going to provide to the team rather than the guys who've been here the whole time. Isaiah Johnson. How dare you do this to Isaiah Johnson? He made the 53-man roster and you cut him the next day to bring in somebody else.
That's ruthless. It is. And the NFL is a ruthless game. But, I mean, somebody got to do it. Somebody has to do it, and it sucks. But I feel like also, like, it's a part of it. And I think guys understand that. And they'll have opportunities to go other places, practice squad, do things like that. So there's other opportunities. I just feel like the Miami Dolphins are in a position where they should be putting the best guys they can put on the roster for sure.
Okay, chat. Y'all let me know if y'all can see this.
Can y'all see this? Can we see this? Make sure we can see it. Can we get a thumbs up in the chat if y'all can see the graphic of the 53-man roster? Look at Tua, bro. Bro, what's up with your boy Tua Leroy, bro? Tua Leroy.
You a Tua-neer, not me.
Yeah, I think I'm sure to share. I could zoom in on my computer and see it a little bit. So quarterbacks, we got Quinn Ewers, and guys, they did this in they did it in alphabetical order. So
Oh,
don't
okay.
get don't get your pennies in a bunch because this is not the official depth chart, right?
Almost got excited when I
Come
seen
on, hey, come on,
that.
chill out, DG, chill out, chill out. So 53-man roster, they did it in alphabetical order. I'm saying that this is the disclaimer. So Quinn Ewers first, Tua Tagovailoa second, and then Zach Wilson third. Running back and fullback, you got Devon A-Chain, Ollie Gordon the second, Alec Ingold, and Jalen Wright. Wide receiver, D. Eskridge, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington, Taj Washington, the Washington brothers, and then Nick Westbrook Akine, or whatever it is. Tight end, you got Tanner Connor, Julian Hill, Darren Waller. Offensive line, you got Larry Borum, Aaron Brewer, Daniel Brunskill, James Daniels, Austin Jackson, Patrick Paul, Jonas Savaianea, and Keon Smith.
I don't know how Keon Smith doing it, man. I don't know.
Bro, he hanging on by a thread. Don't even worry about it, bro. He hanging on by a thread.
But I don't even think this is valid anymore because we got Kendall Lamb.
Yeah,
So
that's true
I'm
too.
pretty sure they'll take out Keon Smith and put Kendall Lamb on this.
Or they'll take out some other player who's like on the end of the roster. Like it could be a special teams guy or defensive guy or something like that. So yeah, they're already making moves, man. Y'all saw Chris Greer talk today. Chris Greer was up there, hey, spin that gospel up there today. The Miami Dolphins gospel, man.
Yeah, he got exposed today.
Hey, stop playing with my
He got
dog, Chris
exposed
Greer.
today.
All right, D tackle. We got Zeke Biggers, Matthew Butler, Kenneth Grant, Benito Jones, Jordan Phillips of Orlando, the homie, and then Zach Seiler. Linebacker, you got KJ Britt, Jordan Brooks, Bradley Chubb, Tyrell Dotson, Willie Gay Jr., Cameron Good, Matthew Judon, Jalen Phillips, and Chop Robinson. Man, that's a big group right there. And some of those guys are the edge guys, but that's a really large group. Cornerback, Ethan Bonner. Man, Ethan Bonner is still hanging around, bro. Storm Duck, Isaiah Johnson, Jack Jones, Jason Marshall Jr., and Cam Smith. Cam Smith hanging on by a thread. Safety, you got Elijah Campbell, Jordan Colbert, Ashton Davis, Minka Fitzpatrick, Afite Malafonwu, Dante Trader Jr., and then special teams, you have Jake Bailey and Joe Cardona. So that wraps up the roster.
The guys that stand out to me on defense, Jordan Colbert, he's a practice squad guy that we picked up last year.
Mm-hmm.
Managed to be on the practice squad last year, ended up being on a 53-man roster this year. And, but I'm not going to give these guys too much credit in regards to making the 53-man roster because we don't have that much depth anyway. So it's like kind of guaranteed for you to make the roster. But congratulations, you're one out of many people who make a 53-man roster for an NFL team. A lot of good players got cut today.
A lot of good players got cut. You're right. And honestly, I mean, making a 53-man roster is a huge accomplishment in the NFL, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're a very small percentage of football players in the world who make it to that, make it to that accomplishment. So it's a big deal for a lot of guys, and I'm happy for these dudes, and just hoping the best for the ones who don't make it. Hopefully, they hit the practice squad or get opportunities elsewhere or find other alternatives. So for sure.
Yeah, and shout out to Cameron Good, a guy that we picked up along the way with Brian Flores. He still managed to stay with this coaching staffing regime, showed them enough to the point as to where they're still keeping him on the roster, even though he tore his ACL last year. I thought Kamara had a better chance of staying on this team compared to Cameron Good, but it comes to show that his special teams definitely gonna help you out in regards to making this roster. But shout out to Kamara. He actually got picked up by the Buccaneers.
Okay. All right. So Buccaneers. So I mean, some guys staying at Florida. Easy E at Jacksonville, and then Mo
Mhm.
Kamara at the Bucks. All right. All right. I see them. I see them.
But those are the only two people I know that got picked up. Anybody else, I'm not too sure about just yet,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we got next, bro? I mean, we've kind of talked about the roster a little bit.
I mean, I
Um,
forgot to ask you
what's up?
about the two guys we picked up, Julius Brents and Rasul Douglas. It seemed like we went and doubled down at cornerback. You let me know.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I like the moves. At this point, I feel like the corner room is probably one of the weaker rooms when I look at the roster and when I look at what's in there.
Hmm.
Um, I like the route Rasul Douglas pickup. I think he's a veteran savvy corner who can come in and not only be a good player but also kind of lead the group a little bit. And I think in every group you need some veteran leadership, and I think he can be that in that room. So
Hmm.
I mean, I like the idea, so I'm excited. And then the other guy, hey, add as much as many good players as you can in these rooms, and let's hope it works out because guys are going to get hurt, guys are going to get injured, and we're going to need other guys to step up. So it's just a matter of just having the strongest units that you can have, right? Because honestly, this is how I feel about it. Like your team is only going to be as good as the weakest link, right? And the weakest link may be that 53rd, 52nd, 51st guy. And when they get time, if they're able to step up and make plays, then you have a strong roster. If
Hmm.
not, if they come in and they're getting beat, that's how you know it, bro. This roster is not built like it should be built.
So you do like what would you grade the pickups of Rasul Douglas and Julius Brent?
I think I like the Rasul Douglas pickup a lot. I mean, he's a veteran, savvy corner. Can come in and make plays for us. I know he hasn't had the best past couple years, but he's had some really good years in the NFL. So just hoping a low risk, high reward pickup, $3 million signing. You didn't spend too much money on it. Um, hopefully he can come in and make plays. And I see him right here. That's a good play right there.
But
I'm
on
just
who? On who? Don't forget on who
hey, Zach Wilson. Hey, Zach Wilson putting the ball right where it doesn't need to be.
to
Get it to the
be.
outside, bro. Get it to the outside. But I also think I just don't want this to come off as the Poyer move either, because I was a little sour by the Poyer move because I felt like he came in and he wasn't as good as we needed him to be, and he just made some costly plays that cost us game. So I like it. I like the Rasul Douglas pickup. I think he's solid.
Oh yeah, how I feel about the Rasul Douglas pickup, a shot to Kenna. He does say that he has lost a step, and I do see that on film when I was watching. I don't know. It seems like the better our D line is, the better Rasul Douglas can be in the backfield. Make the quarterback throw as quick as possible. Make him errant. And I feel like Rasul Douglas is gonna capitalize off of those errant passes. If the ball is up in the air on defense, I feel like Rasul Douglas has a good chance of bringing it back to our offense because of his whole career, what he's been known for doing. Getting interceptions, turning the ball over. And he's a longer cornerback too, like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
never opposed to those guys right there. Never opposed. Look, it
And he could
shows.
tackle, bro. And I mean, he's tackling off the edge. He's tackling running backs. I mean, guys
Mhm,
like that are. He's a pretty versatile corner. He could do a lot. So
mhm.
I'm just hoping he's a fraction of that. Because if he's a fraction of that, honestly, he's better than what we have in the room, bro. Like, let's be completely real with ourselves. We got a lot of young guys in that room, and we don't know if they're capable of playing big time football.
True. I mean, with Rasul Douglas, we're hoping on his experience
Yeah, we're
to help
banking on
out
that.
this football team.
Yeah.
But with Julius Brents, we're hoping on his physical traits to help out this football team. As you can see, 6'2", 198. 4.53, not the fastest, but pretty good for a guy his size. 200 pounds, pretty good. 41-inch vertical. He get up there with the biggest of receivers. Good broad jump 11. Good 20-yard split, 10-yard split, 1.5 for a
Bro,
big corner like this. That's pretty good.
bro, it's crazy. It says Julius Brents was drafted with the 44 round 2 in 2023. He
Yeah,
scored a 9.99 RAS score,
almost perfect.
almost
Almost perfect.
perfect. Bro, he ranked 4 out of 2,222 cornerbacks from 1987 to 2023. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, bro, we're just and that hopefully, and this is what you hope with some of these draft picks, right? And some of these moves you make. You hope some of these guys are just looking for a change of scenery, and you can kind of pull, that athleticism out of them, as well as good play, right? Because I mean, you look at a guy like Noah Igbenogany. He was a solid player for us, but he needed a change of scenery, and I feel like he got an opportunity Washington, and then he played decent. So I think he's still looking he might be looking for a job right now, but he had an opportunity in Washington and capitalized on it. So you're hoping a guy like Julius Brents comes to the Dolphins and just kind of unlocks himself and say, "Hey, new place, new scenery. Let's give it a run at it."
I mean, well, we gonna see. The last cornerback that we had that reminds me of Julius Brents. I don't know if you remember Sean Smith.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sean Smith was a dog. I like Sean Smith. He
Yeah.
had great size. He wasn't the fastest, but he would stay in front of guys and he would make some plays. Like he would create some turnovers and do stuff like that. I think Sean Smith is a good comp. I like that comp.
That's how I feel about him. I'm pretty sure you're gonna make the 53 alongside with Rasul Douglas. Cam Smith, I believe they put him on IR, non-football injury
Bro,
list.
your boy stay hurt, bro. What's his problem, dog?
You keep on saying my boy. I never told you I'm affiliated with Cam Smith. We're not in a gang together. Nothing.
Bro, y'all gang, bro.
Nah,
Y'all
I'm a
definitely.
UR near. That's all I claim right
Oh,
now.
you're okay. That's what it is. My boy, you're in there. Okay, I got you.
Until he showed me otherwise, then I'm gonna switch up.
I got you.
I give you that. I
All
give you that.
right.
But shout out to the chat. Let me put some comments up. How do you know him and Allen is not boys?
Yeah, we hope not. We hope
I
not.
doubt that. I doubt that. They would have signed him if they really wanted him back. They signed Jordan Poyer. They went and got Tre'Davious White back to be back on the Bills rather than bring back Rasul Douglas. So I think there's a little bit of tension there between the Buffalo Bills and Rasul Douglas. Who knows? Rasul Douglas, he played for a few NFL teams already. So I don't feel like he's initially entitled to one team. And, he's a player that came from nothing, went the JUCO route, made it to the NFL. I think he went to West Virginia,
Hmm.
and he really came on strong for the Packers, getting a lot of interceptions. He'll give up a big play here or there, but I think on a defensive coordinator, it's really on them to limit him being in those situations as to where he could get burnt, and use him for his strengths, which is getting the ball back. And I'm pretty sure that's what, Anthony Weaver, what he really wants to do this season in regards to making sure the D line get pressure and make sure he has DBs back there that are known for getting interceptions, getting forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, all that. So you got Jack Jones, he's known for that. You got Rasul Douglas, he's known for that, especially. And on top of that, you got Jason Marshall, he's in the slot. I don't know. I don't think Julius Brents will play the slot for the Miami Dolphins. I think we'll keep him on the outside. A guy 6'2", 198.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely keep him on the outside with big time receivers. He has very long arms for a cornerback, very very long arms. So it's gonna be easy for him to swap balls out. Even if he's not in the best position to rip a ball out, his arm's gonna be long enough to pull it out or even grab an interception. But he just has been injured, these last few years for us to even see him do that against the top tier receivers in the NFL. So Julius Brents, I think this is going to be an undercover signing that everybody not really taking too serious, but we might have found a diamond in the rough just based off the intangibles alone. It seemed like he's going to be an average player at minimum, maybe even more than that.
Yeah, and that's one of these, low risk, high reward signings, bro. You need guys like this to come in and hit sometime. So looking forward to seeing him, get out here and maybe make some plays for the Dolphins because he's probably going to get an opportunity really quickly to show what he has. And hopefully, like you said, I'm hoping the front seven is just really aggressive, and they can find a way to make it difficult on quarterbacks to kind of help those guys out on the back end. I just posted the link to the Dolphins Night Cap channel in the chat. Please go subscribe to that channel. Also, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channels as well. DG Live, you already know what time it is, and then Fence Take with CB83. Be sure to click on that link there. Go over to Dolphins Night Cap and subscribe. We have about 35 subscribers over there. Trying to get to 100 and just trying to push that channel up so we can kind of phase our way off of our individual channels and focus strictly on Dolphins Night Cap. So, and drop some more content. And we drop the videos on our guys. You got to be sure to go back and look at the videos that we cut up and edit. DG does a fantastic job with that. Those are even after the show's over, you can kind of go back to those and just see the videos of certain things that we addressed during the show. So be sure to check those out as well.